very, very big year in terms of IPOs. And, in terms of both fundraise, in terms of numbers, and it's transformative. Obviously, the last crowning moment of the year was supposed to be with the listing of Ant. And at this point, we are all looking to understand a little bit better, the circumstances behind the ultimate decision. And I am personally both disappointed on the one hand and relieved on the other hand, largely because, this is a big IPO that has been in the coming for a long time and would have really smashed record around the globe. So, as exchange chief executive, nothing will make me happier if we can see such history making sort of a transaction to be finally launched and traded in Hong Kong. And so therefore the disappointment is real. But on the other hand, with the massive regulatory changes that are now coming in to redefine and potentially reshape the landscape between traditional finance and the new technology development and how they intersect. And with those changes are now coming, to come potentially redefine the industry, then probably it is a good idea for us to wait for those regulatory impact to be fully understood, to be fully assessed before a large transaction like that can, now be launched again, and with the business model to be examined in the context of the new regulatory changes. So that probably is a good thing, rather than for us to see the two together and potentially having one or the other seriously impacting each other, and ultimately potentially with investors in the middle having to potentially and take in certain losses or certain gains depending on how things work out. So I think this gives us some space and time for things to settle down and for clarity to emerge.
Now, as we watch these big changes that take place in the regulatory space, do you think it would make companies more hesitant to come to market and investors more cautious as well?
No, I think, in the long term, regulatory clarity is always much better for markets. And, yes, it may have some very short-term impact on people's timetables, but more importantly for successful capital market transactions, it's really about, disclosure. It's really about a proper understanding of the risks of the company. And unless and until the regulatory uncertainties are clarified and removed, it is not a great idea for companies to rush into the market and for investors to be taking on, big, stocks without fully understanding the impact of those regulatory changes.